Alyssa Thomas appeared to make forceful contact with Caitlin Clark while Clark was on the floor, and many fans were stunned that no foul or flagrant was called. For many Indiana supporters, that wasn't even the most controversial moment of the night. Later in the game, Thomas was involved in another physical play with Clark that many viewers believed deserved a closer review before stepping over her as Clark got back up. None of those sequences resulted in additional penalties, leaving many Fever fans frustrated with the officiating. When Stephanie White spoke after the game, she made it clear she believed the situation had gone too far. Later, Caitlin Clark also addressed the incident on social media, bringing even more attention to an already heated debate. We're breaking down everything that happened. What do you think the league should do regarding Alyssa Thomas? Let us know in the comments below.
I mean, Caitlin to the ground, and ooh, that's a hand to the neck, and then Alyssa Thomas steps over her. See, that's the kind of stuff that can incite some future trouble.
What happened on June 24th didn't begin on June 24th. For many Fever fans, it goes back to Clark's rookie season in 2024. During one of those matchups, Alyssa Thomas made heavy contact with Caitlin Clark as she came off a screen. Many viewers felt there was little attempt to make a play on the ball, and the collision sent Clark stumbling. The officials allowed play to continue without calling a foul or stopping the action for a review. Thomas carried on as the possession continued, and from the officials' perspective, there was nothing that warranted a whistle. That moment became one of several physical plays involving the two players that fans have continued to debate ever since.
Take another look here at the heavy contact. A little bit of a shoulder there. Not a little bit, a lot of a shoulder there for Alyssa Thomas.
Yeah, they're not going to look at this. They might.
It's gotten the fans here fired up.
That moment mattered far more than most people realized because it showed Thomas exactly how much she could get away with. When you make that kind of contact and nothing gets called, you don't stop playing that way. You keep pushing the limit, maybe even a little further the next time, because the league has already shown there are no real consequences. And Thomas didn't only test that limit against Caitlin Clark. During the 2025 playoffs, she collided so hard with Napheesa Collier that Collier was still dealing with the effects of the injury nearly a year later. At another point, when Angel Reese confronted Thomas during a heated moment, Thomas slammed her to the floor. This isn't a player who gets physical once in a while or occasionally crosses the line. This is someone who consistently plays on the edge, leaves opponents banged up, and continues doing it because the whistles rarely come.
The tip was clean by Thomas.
Look at that.
And they banged knees after the Napheesa Collier.
She has 21 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and Fee is being helped back to the locker room. Go over to Angel Gray.
Yeah, I'm watching her walk through the tunnel right now. She is clearly.
So, by the time June 24th, 2026 arrived, the history between Thomas and Clark wasn't just a background story. It was the foundation for everything that happened next. Thomas had already shown she was willing to go after Clark physically, and the officials had already shown they weren't going to stop her. Phoenix also came into this game with a very clear approach to how they wanted to play against Indiana. Dana Bonner, a former Fever player who still seemed to have strong feelings about her time with the team, openly described Phoenix's mindset as revenge. The Mercury had lost to the Fever just 2 days earlier on June 22nd, and Bonner made it clear she saw this game as payback. That June 22nd matchup is important because it set the tone for the rematch. The game featured 6 technical fouls and 1 ejection. Myisha Hines-Allen was thrown out after shoving Thomas during a heated confrontation that also involved Clark and Bonner.
Hopper able to win the jump. Thomas comes up with it, but is going to get whistled for an offensive foul. And she's looking at Nate Tibbetts. He doesn't even look to the back of the bench. He immediately signaled to take a look at. Oh,
Yeah,
you
that's
saw
not gonna
the
get-
elbow
that's-
extend from behind, and
That's not going to get overturned, I don't think.
So, the Fever already knew Phoenix would continue.
This is one of the wildest games I have ever watched in my life. I watched Caitlin Clark get punched in the throat. I watched Caitlin Clark get kneed in the groin, get kneed in the ribs. I watched Caitlin Clark hit the ground repeatedly. For months now, I've been talking about how Stephanie White's system will lead to a Caitlin Clark injury.
Phoenix didn't come into the
Clark, sidestep three, fading, hits!
All she needs is a little bit of room to see the ball.
13-13 lead here for Phoenix. It's been a back and forth opening quarter so far. Clark getting right to the hoop. Clark, early in the bag, step back three, connects again!
because that's when Thomas started doing what she's become known for. The first major incident happened in the second quarter during a loose ball scramble, when Thomas drove her knee directly into Caitlin Clark's groin. It wasn't a light collision or accidental contact between two players chasing the same ball.
Out of the league, bro. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, fam. AT is a dirty player. All the way through and through, dog. She is a dirty player. She can't beat you, so she beats you, literally. This is nonsense, man. This is nonsense. Yo, Caitlin Clark was busting they butt out there. She literally had 19 points, 8 assists. She was ready to sleepwalk into a double-double. 20 plus points, 10 assists. She was sleepwalking into it. And here come AT with this nonsense, man.
Separate from the incidents involving Thomas, there was another dangerous moment on one of Clark's three-point attempts. A Phoenix defender closed out so aggressively and out of control that Clark landed on the defender's foot as she came down, nearly rolling her ankle on the play. It was the kind of sequence that immediately caught people's attention, yet there was no flagrant review, no stoppage to take a closer look, and no foul was called. Play simply continued as if nothing had happened.
You got to give landing space when the player comes out.
So, by that point, Clark had taken a knee to an area where she had previously dealt with an injury, an incident where Thomas appeared to press a fist into her neck while she was on the floor, a step over after the play, and a reckless closeout that nearly caused her to roll her ankle. None of those sequences resulted in a foul or a review. Clark went into halftime wearing a heat wrap on her back, showing she needed treatment during the break. She returned to start the second half, but her night ended in the third quarter when she left the game with a back injury and did not return.
Not going to return. This was in the third quarter. She was on the bench in that timeout, and you can see her face. She's grimacing, and she immediately decides that she's going to go back to the locker room. And in the third quarter, Paris gave us the update.
It's worth being careful about what can and can't be
Hines Allen. Muscle on muscle, and Hines Allen wins the battle. And a foul. Be physical, and in the post-up game is one place right here. 2 hard dribbles. Gets the leverage. Playing undersized.
and that
Kalia Copper come for that double team with Alyssa Thomas, and you see Aaliyah Boston, that left elbow goes into her chin. Looked like she had her, definitely had her chin was shaking. Oof.
That is not a great feeling. And you see,
the biggest point of controversy was that many people believed Copper made to wind down.
Leadership right there. Kelsey Mitchell knows she's been in these types of situations. Of course, Aaliyah Boston and Raven Johnson going to get called on this foul against Copper.
Raven Johnson was then called for a foul.
I mean, Caitlin to the ground, and ooh, that's a hand to the neck, and then Alyssa Thomas steps over her. See, that's the kind of stuff that can incite some future trouble.
With both Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell carrying 5 fouls late in the game, every possession became a balancing act. They had to play more cautiously and think about avoiding that 6th foul, which changed the way Indiana defended during the biggest moments. The Fever entered the 4th quarter with a real chance to win. Boston had 23 points, Mitchell had 30, and Myisha Hines-Allen continued battling inside. Indiana gave Phoenix everything it had, but many fans felt the 4th quarter was shaped as much by the officiating as by the basketball itself. After the game, Stephanie White didn't step to the podium looking for controversy. She had raised concerns about officiating consistency throughout the season, but after watching Clark take multiple hard hits that were not penalized, White made it clear she was no longer willing to stay quiet about what she believed she had witnessed.
During the game, have you seen that? Did that have any impact on her health in this one?
I just saw it. I'm not sure if it had any impact on the health or her health or not, but it was egregious. The fact that it was a no call, I heard about it at halftime. I brought it to the attention of the officials at halftime, yet we still had 11 fouls in the 4th quarter to their 2. They still shot 24 free throws in the 2nd half.
Stephanie White described position.
Number one, you gotta call it. It's absolutely egregious and utterly disrespectful. And then number 2, you're coming in here aware of what happened 2 nights ago, and that shit still happens? Absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable.
What made Stephanie White's comments stand out
and the reckless closeout that they actually review, and the foot still comes down on top of the defender's foot that wasn't upgraded? Absolutely disrespectful. We have a generational talent and a WNBA superstar who had 2 cheap shots right there that weren't called. And I just say again, absolutely unacceptable.
Phoenix's response only brought even more one.